Okay, students. Now, in this session, we install the MIT App Inventor. MIT App Inventor is a tool that helps you to develop software applications for an Android operating system. If you want to develop your own app, you can do it by using the MIT App Inventor. Okay, students. Now we learn how to install the MIT App Inventor in our system. Okay, students. For this, first you have to write the MIT App Inventor in the search bar. Okay. Then click on the Get Started button. Now getting started with the MIT App Inventor, comes in front of you. Now setup instructions. Click on the setup instructions. Then there are the few options in front of you, option 1 and option 2. You have to click on the option 3. Under this, you have to click on the instructions. Next step is click on the instructions for Windows. Instructions for Windows. Then click on the download the installer. Download the installer means this file, approx 80 MB of file is downloaded into your system. Okay, students. Now see. It takes a little bit time. Once it is downloaded, then follow the instructions according to your screen. Okay, students. Once this file is downloaded, then double click the file to run it. Okay. And then follow the instructions on the screen to install the program. When the installation is complete, then we click on the finish button. So this is all procedure for installing the MIT App Inventor tool in our system. Okay, students. When it is installed in our system, then we install the emulator for testing our app. Okay, students. It takes a little bit time. See, students, .exe file is there. For use the MIT App Inventor, you have an Google account. If you don't have a Google account, then you have to create a new Google account. Okay, students. MIT App Inventor is a cloud-based application. That means whatever you do, it automatically saves on the cloud. Okay, on the web cloud. Okay, students. MIT App Inventor help us to enhance our creativity while developing an app by using the visual and the block language. That means in this, first we design the layout of our application, and then we add the functionality, or we add the programming code to the app by using the blocks. You know it very well, students. MIT App Inventor was originally developed by Google, and now it is being maintained by the MIT. Okay, students. One more fact is there. The second largest app market is from India. As the US is the first place. But India is considered as an emerging market for the development of apps and IT. For example, among the billions of WhatsApp users, okay, 68% are the Indians. Now see, students, file is downloaded. Now finish. Okay, students, once it is downloaded, click on it to open it. Okay, yes, then click yes. Then click on the next button. I agree. Next, desktop icon. Then click next button. This is the MIT App Inventor Tools directory path. Click on the next button. Install. To display the emulator on our desktop screen, we can install the AI Starter program as a part of the App Inventor setup package. Okay, students, now finish. Okay, now see, on the desktop, AI Starter program is here. Okay, students, now see, Go to the web browser. If you want to create a new app, then you have to create it by using it. Click on the create apps. Then choose an account. My account is this. Now see, what is this? Once all it is finished, then the MIT App Inventor dashboard appears in the project view. Okay, students, see. If you want to create a new project, then create a start new project or my project, or you click on the my project. When you click on the my project, then you click on the start new project, or when you can also do it by clicking on this button. Okay, students, now start new project. When I click on the start new project, then create new app inventor project dialog box appears. It asks about the project name. Project name, you write the test app. When you write the name of the project, don't leave the blank space. Don't give the space. Okay, students. Now, okay. This is the screen is visible in front of you when you create a new project. Now, see, this is the menu bar. This is at the top. This is the light green bar. This is the menu bar. Here, the stream left side, there is a name of your project, that is test app. Okay, students, now this is the screen 1. Screen 1 at present, which screen it is there? Screen 1. Okay, students, if you want to add the more screen, you can do it by clicking on the add screen button. Okay, students, noted that we cannot rename the name of the default screen name. Screen 1 name, we cannot able to rename it, but we can rename the newly added screen. If you want to remove the particular screen, you can do it by first selecting the screen and then click on the remove button. Now see, at the right hand side, there are two buttons. First one is the designer button, another one is a blocks. Okay, if you want to switch from between the designer view and that of the block view, we can do it by click on the design button or the blocks. They are the two buttons. At present, in which view we are at present in which view we are in the designer view. That means designer view is the default view. Okay, students, MIT App Inventor provides the two types of the view. First one is a designer view. Second one is a block view. Okay, students, now designer view appears by default when we sign in the App Inventor. Okay, and start a new project or open an existing project. This view allows us to design the app interface where we can add the required components. That means that means ये बच्चे आपको व्यू अलाउ करता है, आपको जो भी आपको लेआउट अपनी ऐप की बनानी है, आप जो भी आपकी डिजाइनिंग पार्ट है, सारा का डिजाइनिंग पार्ट all you have to do in a designer view part. Okay, next type of the view, when I click on the block view, now see, this is the block view. The block view is used to add the programming code to the components in the app. There are the many types of components we used in the app. Now, what are the functions the components do? That is decided by that of the blocks. Okay, this section includes some predefined software code. These are the software codes. These are this one. Like you click on this one, these are the predefined types codes, software codes. You can add the functionality for each component according to your need. Okay, students. Now we move again to the first. We discuss the designer view in detail. Okay, students. Now see. First, we discuss the designer view. Now, the designer view of the MIT App Inventor comprises of the 5 panels. Okay, students. So see, first panel is palette panel. This is a palette panel. Second one is a viewer panel. This is complete as viewer panel. Third one is component panel. And immediately at the bottom of the component panel, there is a media panel. And at the right hand side, there is a properties panel. Okay, students. Now, see what is palette panel. palette panel is appears at the left side of the MIT App Inventor window. Okay, students, it includes the components that can be added in the app. These are the components: user interface components, layout. These are the different types of the components. If you want to add the button or the label in your app, first you have to drag the component and drop it in the viewer panel. Okay, students, so palette panel includes the components that can be added in the app. Now, second type of the panel is a viewer panel. Viewer panel appears at the right hand side of the palette panel. Okay, this type of the panel allows us for the arrangement of the components. How we can arrange the components? How we can arrange the components in the app? Okay, students. So this is done by all the viewer panel. Okay, so that means viewer panel provides the option to preview our app as seen on the mobile or the tablet screen. Okay, students. So how can you add the component? Now simply label. Now if I click on the button, now simply drag and drop. Drag from the palette panel and drop in the viewer panel. Okay, students. You can also change the name of the components. Name of the component. Now see. First, if you want to change the name of the component, now see. Now this is the viewer panel. Now third one is a component panel. See, this is a component panel. What is the component panel? Appears at the left side of the properties panel. Okay, students. In this panel, we view all the components used in your app in the hierarchical structure. That means, now see, under the screen 1, we use the two types of components, label 1 and the label 1 and button 1. Okay, student, that means this type of the panel which can allows us to view all the components, all the components that we use in our app, and it show all the components in a hierarchical structure. Okay, students, but ma'am, I want to rename the label 1 and the button 1. You can do it by first you have to select the particular component, then click on the rename button, then the rename component dialog box appears. Then you have to write the name of the label. Okay, students, now user label 1. Okay, now click on OK button. Okay, now click if you want to rename the button name also, you can do it. Submit. Okay. Okay, student, this is all about the components panel. Now, next type of the panel is a media panel. Media panel appears just below the component panel. This panel lists all the media files that you uploaded for our app. We can upload the required images, audio files, video files, etc. for our app. Once the media files are uploaded, we can add those files to the app layout, whenever required. Okay, student, how can you upload it? First, you have to click on the upload file, choose the file from where it's saved. Okay, students, now see, I saved in download. Now click on like speaker, mic, down arrow. Now open. Okay. Note that, students, we can upload multiple media files one by one in the media panel. That means आप one time पे एक ही file को upload कर सकते हैं, but you can upload multiple media files. Okay, students, so this is about your media files. Now, next type of the panel is the properties panel. Properties panels appears at the right of the MIT App Inventor window. See, right inside, extreme right inside of the MIT App Inventor window. Which type of the panel is? It is a properties panel. This panel displays the properties of the selected component. What is that? Selected जो component है. Like if I select the particular component user label 1, then the properties of which type of the component properties will be shown? User label 1. All the properties. These are all the properties of the label 1. दैट मीन ये जो पैनल है प्रॉपर्टीज क्या करेगा बच्चे, आपकी जो भी आप पर्टिकुलर कंपोनेंट को सिलेक्ट कर रहे हैं उसकी जो भी प्रॉपर्टीज हैं वो आपको डिस्प्ले करेगा. We can also able to configure the components. We can also able to configure the properties of the components such as the background color, font type, font size, etc., height, width, and etc. For example, if you want to change the background color of this one, you can do it bold, enable, font size 20, height automatic, fill width, text whatever you want to text. Hello world. Hello world. Alignment, center, text color, text are visible. Okay, this is all the properties of the user label one. If you want to change the properties of the submit button, you can also do it like this way. That means properties panel which provides the all the properties of the selected components. Okay, students. So this is all about the designer view. Okay, designer view consists of the 5 types of the components: palette panel, viewer panel, component panel, media panel, and properties panel. Okay, students, I hope clear to all of you. Now move to the block panel. No, sorry, block view. Now this block view again is divided into the 2 type of the panels. First one is a block panel, and another one is a viewer panel. Block panel appears at the left of the MIT App Inventor window. It shows the blocks. It shows the different type of the built-in blocks, which consists of they are the built-in blocks. These are the different types of built-in blocks which consists of the code templates. The built-in blocks are categorized into different sections depending upon their functions. If you want to perform a mathematical like type functions, then you click on the math. If you want to control like control actions such as if, then else, while, do. If you want to do a true or false, then click on the logic built-in functions. Okay, students. So this is all about the built-in codes. Now, next type of the panel is a viewer panel. This is a viewer panel. Viewer panel appears to the right of that of the block panel. See, right inside of the block panel. This panel, the block codes that you draw in this, we drag the block codes from the block panel and placed in the viewer panel like this. If I click on the logic button, now see, simply you have to drag and drop it. Drag and drop it. Now see, control. If you want to this for like code, drag and drop it. That means the block code that means the block codes are dragged from that of the block panel and placed in the viewer panel. This panel used to configure. Now viewer panel, what is the function of the viewer panel? Viewer panel is used to configure the logic and the functions of a selected component in the app. सिलेक्टेड, आपने जो भी कंपोनेंट सिलेक्टेड किया उसके ऊपर क्या फंक्शन को आपको डालना है, वो सारी की सारी फंक्शनैलिटी आपको व्यूअर पैनल के अंदर सेट करनी है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट योर ब्लॉक पैनल. ओके, सो दिस इज ऑल अबाउट द starting this is all about the basics of the MIT App Inventor window. Now next step is how we can test our app. For this, first you have, before this I told you about the how to add the screen. First you have to click on this. Now screen 1, if you want to add the screen, now click on the add screen, then the screen 2, whatever you want to write the name, whatever you want. Now okay, now see in the drop down list screen 2 is available. This is the screen 2. If you now screen 1, if you want to move screen 1. Okay students, so in this way we can add the screen. Now now next step is how we can test our app. For this we have to install the emulator. For this, first we have to click on the connect button, then click on the connect button, then click on the emulator. Don't cancel it. This might take a minute or two. Now see students, this is the AI starter program. When you click on it, this is the AI starter program. large amount of the codes is displayed. This is the, now see, connection is, the connecting message box is appears as MIT App Inventor and Android emulator are connected, followed by the emulator appearing as shown figure. अगर आपके पास emulator इस स्क्रीन का आ गया, that means आपका connection develop हो गया. Okay, students, and large amount of the coding will be also present here. So in this way, we connect the emulator